From the Republic Media Network headquarters, it's time for Arnab Goswami on the debate. Arnab Goswami on the debate.
Welcome back, and now it's time for the nation's sharpest opinion. And I feel, ladies and gentlemen, that in the given times that we are in, you can either be for the country or against the country. And there is no polite way of describing those who are against the country. The straightforward way, though some people may call it impolite, is that they are anti-national. Now, it's a choice people have. Nobody's forcing anyone to be anti-national. But if people are taking an anti-national line and then objecting to being described as anti-national, then they are also hypocrites, so I will call them anti-national hypocrites. Why am I taking such a position? You see, viewers, it's all intertwined. The country is going through a very, very challenging phase. It is a churn period. It is a period which once we cross, which we will, then we become one of the greatest countries in the world. And that means we have limitless opportunities. We've got to decide at this point of time where we want to stand. We want to stand with the country or against the country. We want to be nationalist or anti-national. Now, ladies and gentlemen, look at what has been happening around us. Let me help you connect the dots. Operation Sindoor, but there is also Operation Black Forest. There is also the ongoing deportation of Bangladeshi and Rohingyan infiltrators. There are diplomatic delegations being sent around the world which are all party in their constitution and nationalist in their perspective. There is a crackdown on terrorist assistants, who some people like to call overground workers in Kashmir, sleeper cells, ladies and gentlemen. And then there is a deep focus on Atmanirbhar Bharat and a push towards defense production like never before. In other words, the government is working very hard to fix things, problems which have persisted for decades, internal to the country and from outside the country. And so we can't as citizens look aside and say, listen, this doesn't really involve us, it's Mr. Modi's problem. It's not. You can't just want the good news, like we got today, that Q4 GDP is 7.4%, beating the RBI's 7.2%. FY25 projections are 6.5%. Nominal GDP growth is 9.8%. Strong demand, effective policies. You can't just say, I want these kind of good numbers and take advantage of the growth in the Indian economy. But when it comes to other issues, I can be very woke about things. You can't be. If you're woke, if you're against the national interest, then you are an anti-national. And nobody likes people who are anti-national hypocrites who want to benefit from the economic growth of the country. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to connect the dots and show you the pictures and tell you a little bit about the real battles which are being fought to make our country great. Operation Black Forest, as of this minute, there are thousands and hundreds of thousands of soldiers, paramilitary personnel who are fighting hard in the jungles to defeat the extreme left-wing terrorists like Naxal leader Basavaraju, 54 Naxals who were arrested, 27 Maoist terrorists who were killed, 84 Maoist terrorists surrendered. This is an ongoing battle. Be with Bharat and support this battle. Don't say it doesn't matter to you. Don't take a woke urban Naxal line. Don't take that tukre line. Operation Sindoor is ongoing against the terrorists. We have achieved a lot. And now we have a huge push in our defense infrastructure because we've realized our battle is not just against Pakistan, it's also against Pakistan, Turkey, Azerbaijan, and that triangular axis which is trying to encircle India with Chinese help. We have big battles. This is not the time to look away and say, I can choose to be a beneficiary of the Indian economy, but woke and anti-national as far as my country's armed forces are concerned. my country's paramilitary is concerned. You can't take that line. Don't be an opportunist. Hashtag be with Bharat. Ladies and gentlemen, if you believe you are also here to take advantage and benefits of the Indian economy, then you must also support the battle against terrorist assistance and overground workers. You can't become a bleeding heart who suddenly begins to say, it doesn't matter if somebody helps the Jaish-e-Mohammed. As long as they are not picking up a gun and killing people themselves, support to terrorists is okay. No, it's not okay. Fight the sleeper cells. Be against the terrorist assistance. Hashtag be with Bharat. Ladies and gentlemen, there is a huge crackdown on Bangladeshi infiltrators. You can't say, I'm going to employ Bangladeshis if they come on low wage. It doesn't matter that they've come without papers, that they're infiltrators in my country. If I benefit economically, it's okay. If you are supporting Bangladeshi infiltrators directly or indirectly, you're not with Bharat. Be with Bharat. Help throwing out the Bangladeshi and Rohingya infiltrators. Help to make our country safe. And lastly, ladies and gentlemen, spies are being uprooted. I was just told another YouTuber has been caught who was on some biking trip across Pakistan. You heard about Jyoti Malhotra. You heard about Tufail from Varanasi. You know exactly what I'm talking about. Don't pretend, ladies and gentlemen, that there aren't Mir Jafars and Jaichans in our country's soil who will sell national interest for a few thousand rupees. This is an unfortunate reality in this country. Fight the people who are passing on information to Pakistan. Fight the people who are helping the enemy. Fight these people who are against the nation. Hashtag be with Bharat. Finally, ladies and gentlemen, to all of you, share this video and tell everyone you know. It may be your neighbor, it may be your friend, it may be your walking partner. Tell them to pick a side. Choose your side. Either you're for the nation, and if you're not for the nation, you are against the nation. Pick your side. Be with Bharat. Let's debate.
सुरक्षा आपके मजबूत हाथों में है, तब तक भारत को कोई तिरछी निगाहों से नहीं देख सकता, ऐसा मेरा पक्का विश्वास है.
India is rising as a major superpower in the world.
We are the fourth largest economy as I speak. We are a $4 trillion economy as I speak. And this is not my data, this is IMF data. India today is larger than Japan. So it's only the United States, China and Germany which are larger.
India has redefined its national security doctrine. Nuclear blackmail can deter India's resolve.
आतंकवाद के खिलाफ भारत की लड़ाई न रुकी है न थमी है. आतंक का फन अगर फिर उठेगा तो भारत उसे बिल से खींचकर कुचलने का काम करेगा.
India is unafraid to use all means necessary to protect its citizens.
अगर पाकिस्तान ने इस बार कोई नापाक हरकत की तो हो सकता है कि इस बार की ओपनिंग और किसी के द्वारा ना हो, हमारी नेवी के द्वारा होगी.
And India has resolved to accomplish its goals with a greater push on Atmanirbharta.
भारत अपनी रक्षा जरूरतों के लिए आत्मनिर्भर हो, ये हमारी अर्थव्यवस्था के लिए तो जरूरी है ही, ये देश के आत्मसम्मान के लिए भी उतना ही जरूरी है.
There is a new churn in the country to secure national interest on all fronts, foreign and domestic.
पाकिस्तान के हक में यही बात होगी कि वह अपनी जमीन पर चल रही आतंकवाद की नर्सरी को अपने हाथों से उखाड़ देंगे. इसकी शुरुआत उसे हाफिज सईद और मसूद अजहर जैसे आतंकवादियों को भारत के हाथों में सौंपने से करनी चाहिए.
While India takes down Pakistan's terror nurseries, a campaign is also underway within to weed out red terror.
जब ऑपरेशन सिंदूर चल रहा था तभी एक ऑपरेशन ब्लैक फॉरेस्ट भी चल रहा है. 31 नक्सली मारे गए और उसके बाद अब तक और 36 नक्सली मारे गए। 31 मार्च 2026 ये देश की धरती पर से हम नक्सलवाद को समाप्त कर देंगे।
From clampdown on dubious influencers, crackdown on a mega spy nexus, or an all-out operation against illegal infiltrators, India is in a churn to protect all its fronts.
पश्चिम बंगाल को अब हिंसा की, तुष्टीकरण की, दंगों की, महिला अत्याचार की, घोटालों की राजनीति से मुक्ति चाहिए। हमें पश्चिम बंगाल के हर परिवार को सुरक्षा की, सुशासन की और समृद्धि की गारंटी देनी है।
At a time of such unprecedented national consciousness to secure India on all fronts, isn't it time for the nation to rise above partisan politics on issues of national security? Let's debate.
भारत माता की।
So there are only two sides that are there today. Either you are nationalist and with Bharat, or you are an anti-national. Either you are nationalist, which means you are for Bharat, you are for the nation. That is the definition of nationalism. Or you are anti-national. There's no polite way of saying this. People want me to be polite. Ratan Sharda, I can't be polite. If you're not with the country, you are against the country. That means if you're not with the country, you're anti-national. Right? And I believe Abid Mir Magami, nobody should be anti-national. Anti-national should not be in the country. If you're an anti-national, why do you want to be in the country? And C. Rajshekharan is there with the big headphones, pro-DMK. It's an attention-grabbing tactic from him. Ari, you can listen even with smaller earphones.
No, whatever is available only I can wear.
You look like you're going to space.
I am not funded by anybody. My friend Ratan Sharda knows that.
These are the costliest earphones you have, my friend.
Anyway, Anmol Pawar is there, Sanju is there, Deepak is there.
Narendra Modi and BJP have become patriotic Indian. I mean, it's ridiculous.
I just wanted to start by saying that the country faces major challenges. There are lots of traitors, a lot of anti-national people, a lot of spies. We have major dangers, right? So far we've tolerated. Okay, Geo or Jine Do approach, very bad. Urban Naxals, Tukre, sabko leke chalo. This approach will now change. Next 2-3 years, you see what happens. Sabko leke chalo approach is changing. I think government has also realized now. Everything will change. They will get caught, sleeper cells, everybody. They'll be put in lockup. They'll be interrogated. Their background will be checked. Where they are getting money from will be checked. 3,600 terrorist assistants were caught after the Pahalgam terror attack. These are not overground workers. These are assistant terrorists. They work with Jaish-e-Mohammed, Lashkar-e-Toiba, and they make a lot of money. All will go. Ladies and gentlemen, in my hashtag tonight, Be With Bharat, in this debate, I welcome Abid Mir Magami of the Congress Party to make his opening remarks in response to my view that you are either with the country or you are anti-national. Abid.
कश्मीर आप हिंदुस्तान का हिस्सा मानते कि नहीं?
था, है और रहेगा. ऐसे तो सवाल पूछते क्यों है?
हम हिंदुस्तान का जो ताज है वहीं से है. तो आपको तो हमारी ज्यादा इज्जत करनी चाहिए. तो हम तो ज्यादा हिंदुस्तानी हुए ना. हम तो हिंदुस्तान का ताज है. तो आपसे तो ज्यादा ही हुए ना. फिर आपको तो हमें ज्यादा रेस्पेक्ट देनी चाहिए. क्योंकि हम ताज है।
कैसे दे रिस्पेक्ट? कैसे दे
आपसे तो उम्मीद ही नहीं करते हम।
जरा नहीं कैसे
आप तो अकेले, भारत तो है नहीं
आपसे तो आपको स्पेशल रिस्पेक्ट
वर्सेस रतन शारदा एंड आबिद।
नहीं, आपसे तो उम्मीद ही नहीं करता, क्योंकि आपको तो समझ नहीं आया मैंने क्या बोला।
कैसे इज्जत मिले?
आपको तो पहली बात समझ नहीं आई मैंने क्या बोला।
टेररिस्ट को घर में
कश्मीर हिंदुस्तान का ताज है कि नहीं?
ऐसी इज्जत चाहिए वहाँ के टेररिस्ट और सेपरेटिस्ट
नहीं, कश्मीर हिंदुस्तान का ताज है कि नहीं?
इज्जत करते हैं, आपको भारत का हिस्सा बनाया,
नाम है जवाब
नहीं बनाया। कांग्रेस ने आपको अलग रखा था, हम लोगों ने आपको भारत का हिस्सा बनाया।
नहीं।
हमने आपको इज्जत दी।
1947 से ही कश्मीर हिंदुस्तान का हिस्सा किसी ने,
लेकिन
नहीं रखा था। हम बाई चॉइस इंडिया के साथ आए,
दिया जाए,
नॉट बाय फोर्स।
प्रमाण पत्र दिया जाए।
बाई चॉइस।
हाउ डू आई गिव यू मोर रिस्पेक्ट? प्लीज टेल मी।
Expression जो वो बाई चॉइस।
Ratan Sharda, now 1 minute, don't speak over each other.
I just want to ask, how do we give more respect to Kashmiris when there is thousands of crores being given, jobs being created, industry being brought in, and terrorists being taken care of, and they are standing with India after Pahalgam? They have clearly shown, Kashmiris have shown. So where is your problem? Why is your special इज्जत देनी चाहिए? हमारा पेक है, कैसी इज्जत चाहिए आपको? जैसे मनमोहन सिंह ने दी थी टेररिस्टों को? बताइए मुझे। आप आते हैं, कम से कम मुद्दे की बात करिए। क्या कह रहे हैं अर्नब गोस्वामी सेज कि भैया आप भारत के साथ हो, दुश्मनों के साथ क्यों जाते हो? आपके कोटेशन कांग्रेस के पाकिस्तान टीवी क्यों ज्यादा देता है? सवाल ये है ना, नक्सलवादियों को मारते तो आपको तकलीफ है, अगर नक्सलवादियों के विरुद्ध लोग खड़े होते हैं तो तकलीफ है, गन देते हैं आसाम में तो आपको तकलीफ है, जम्मू में गन देते हैं बॉर्डर एरिया में तो आपके लोगों को तकलीफ थी।
आज तो मुझे
आप भारत के अंदर सिक्योरिटी चाहते हो कि नहीं चाहते हो?
हम तो मैं तो कहता
सिक्योरिटी नहीं होगा, ग्रोथ कैसे होगा?
Okay, I'll tell you. Abid, can I take a minute? Abid, can I take a minute, please? Abid, just give me a moment, because I'm going to get everybody into this debate. Let me explain to you, Everybody in the country is equal. People from Jammu and Kashmir, Assam, Maharashtra, everybody is equal. This is my position. Now, the point is this, that our country is facing very unique challenges today. And I think you have seen that thousands of OGWs were arrested in Kashmir. The whole spy network is being caught. Okay? And then we have also taken on and we are throwing out and identifying the Bangladeshi infiltrators from Haryana to Rajasthan to Maharashtra. Then all these Andolan GVs are there who want to incite hatred, over issues like Waqf, etc. They are also threatening peace and national security, right? And we are fighting on various fronts. We must understand today, the Indian government represents all of us. We have to be with the government of India. The government of India is solving all these internal security and external security issues. Now, if you say I'm with Congress, I don't need to support my government, then you're taking a line that even if the government is doing good things by removing the Maoist terrorists, by throwing out the Bangladeshis, you will be against the government, which means you are willing to go against national interest. And I'm saying to you, Abid, these are extraordinary times. सारे जितने लोग एनिमीज ऑफ द नेशन है, इनको आइडेंटिफाई करके, टारगेट करके एक तरह से क्या होता है, चर्न को क्या कहते हैं इन हिंदू माइथोलॉजी? व्हाट इज द वर्ड फॉर रतन शारदा? एक तरह से व्हाट डू यू कॉल इट, द चर्न इन विच ऑल द एक मंथन हो रहा है, मंथन और इस मंथन, आउट ऑफ दिस चर्न ऑल द पॉइजन विल कम आउट फर्स्ट, देन द नेक्टर विल कम. और ये 2-3 साल चलने वाला है. This is a reality in our country. You have to choose. If you're watching this debate, mark my words, you have to choose. This is going to happen. All the enemies of the nation will have to be identified, targeted, thrown out and punished. It will happen. Sanju is on the debate. Sanju is on the debate.
Okay. So I will. Can I please, let's have a sensible debate or not? Okay. I just want to make one very important point. You started the debate with mentioning the GDP growth numbers. There's an entire cabal there. which will today question, oh, how did we see a 7.4% GDP growth in the fourth quarter?
Unholy.
Oh, how did we do
Unholy.
6.5% for the full year of FY25? You know, Arnab, your audience needs to listen to this very carefully in 10 seconds. Our GDP growth in FY22 was 9.7%, FY23 7.6%, FY24 9.2%, and now in FY25 6.5%, which means the average GDP growth of India in the last 4 financial years is 8.25%. Show me one major economy in the world which, after a black swan event like the COVID pandemic of 2020,
you people harp about GDP,
5 years,
but the per
has shown a growth of
capita
8% plus.
Have the right windows.
The world.
So predictable.
You know, I don't understand who's this person who's giving me background music. Let me finish what I'm saying. I'll tell you why you are against the government, but more importantly, against the country, if you don't celebrate the fact that India is the world's 4th largest economy. You are an anti-national if you don't celebrate the fact that with more than 55 crore Jan Dhan bank accounts, we have the world's largest financial inclusion program. You are an anti-national if you don't celebrate the fact that we have given more than 27 lakh crore mudra loans to more than 43 crore entities, making it the world's largest self-employment scheme. You are not against the government, but against India if you don't celebrate the fact.
That's the point.
That more than 67% of the FDI came up into the country in the last 10 years of the Modi government alone. In last 20 years, we got in $1 trillion, and in the last 10 years, we got in $676 billion. You are not against India alone, but you are against facts. If you deny the fact that today with more than 11 crore toilets, we have the world's largest sanitation program. You are against the government and against your country if you don't celebrate the fact that we have the world's 4th largest forex reserves, the world's 7th largest gold reserves, the world's 6th largest stock market in terms of market capitalization. And as Arnab Goswami rightly said at the start of the debate, from 126 Naxal-infested districts, we are down to just 5. Can you imagine by 2026 March, we will have a Naxal-free Bharat? But Rahul Gandhi, Pawan Kher and Jairam Ramesh, they say this is a government run by the trolls, of the trolls and for the trolls. That is the phrase used by dim-witted Pawan Khera, who's abusing the electorate's mandate. When he says this is a government of the trolls, he does not realize Narendra Modi has been given a mandate by the people. And Rahul Gandhi has been shown the exit door.
Now, 1 minute. 1 minute. Deepak will come in on the left and Anmol will come in on the right. You see, Anmol, I feel that if the Andolan GVs want to, if the Andolan GVs can get a better job, then you form a party. Call it the Andolan GV Party of India. API. Dissolve up, form Andolan GV Party of India, fight the election. Indian, or there can be another name, IAP, not AAP, Indian Andolan GV Party. Anmol, you can't hear me? He missed the best line. I'll get him back. Anirban, maybe you can form the Andolan GV Party of India. You will be a very good leader of the Andolan GV Party. You're an Andolan GV by nature, by habit, by design, by language.
Yes.
Even the way you behave, you look also like an Andolan GV.
Yes, I am. And the farmers, I am an Andolan GV. The farmers showed the door to the BJP government. They were the real Andolan GVs. They were called Andolan GVs by the BJP, and then we know what happened. So therefore, it is the Andolan GVs all over the country who are going to rid this country of the real anti-national.
Well, you have people in like.
Therefore, unless and until we fight the BJP, we cannot save the country.
Well, now anyway, and
we will fight to the finish.
Okay, Anmol, please come into the debate with Deepak. I'm very serious today. It's very important our growth figure of 6.5% today because everything is relative. We are pegged at around 6.5% in FY27. US is pegged at 2.7%, China around 4%. We have become a big threat to the world, right? We are in an unprecedented phase of all-round growth. Deepak, you know this, you've been in the corporate sector, you still are. We are about to turn the corner. We are going to become a great country. But these Andolanjivis want to spoil things for us. We want to grow the country. Anmol, the Andolanjivis want to do Waqf protest. We want to build a national security doctrine. You want to do Hindu-Muslim politics. We want to end red terrorism. And you are supporting a party which says that the people like Ghulam Nabi Azad and Karni Modi and Anurag Thakur are to be compared with terrorists and the Pahalgam terrorists. So I'm saying today, even Kejriwal has to decide he's with India or against India. Are you? And if you're not a nationalist, you're against India. You agree with me? You agree with me, Anmol? If you're not a nationalist, you're anti-national.
Can I?
Do you agree with that sentiment? Nationalist means somebody who's with the country. If you're not a nationalist, there is only one choice. You want to say, no, we are in a grey area. You can't be in a grey area. Anmol, you can hear me, but you're getting confused. Yeah, you should. See, if you're, for example, if you're against the hanging of Afzal Guru, you're an anti-national. So far, you've been allowed to operate as an anti-national. Now, you should not be allowed to operate. You should be put in jail if you're an anti-national. If you support Yaqub Memon Afzal Guru, you should be put in jail.
Arnab,
you're a threat to national security. These people should not be out in the open.
I strongly object with the kind of words you have used for my party. Our position had been very clear since the beginning. Any Indian, any person would support his country. And today, as we are discussing about Viksit Bharat, so we are talking about the aspirations of 140 crore Indians across all sections of society. A while back, the BJP spokesperson told some GDP figures. You also told some GDP figures. Certainly, there are threats like terrorism, Maoist insurgency, and illegal infiltration. They are indeed serious national security concerns. But the biggest threat today which our nation is facing is economic disparity and social injustice. And why am I saying this? Because although we are the 4th largest economy in the world now, but still, I'll give you some figures. In terms of per capita income, we are ranked at 143. Government spends less than 2% of its budget on education and healthcare. India ranks 105 out of 124 on the Global Hunger Index. Around 85 crore people survive on 5 kg of rations. ये तो भाजपा सरकार के फिगर है कि हम 85 करोड़ लोगों को राशन देते हैं, which clearly reflects the amount of poverty and extreme poverty and deprivation. The richest 1% of our country holds 40% of nation's wealth. ये हाल है इकोनॉमी का. Over 35% of people less than 5 years of age, they die just because of malnutrition. The top 1% earns 23% of the national income. And surprisingly, 64% of the GST return comes from the bottom 50%. ये सच्चाई है हमारे देश की इकोनॉमी की. So when we are talking about Atmanirbhar Bharat, when we are talking about Viksit Bharat, so I am talking about every single Indian. हमारे देश के, हमारे समाज के अंतिम पंक्ति में खड़े हुए उस व्यक्ति के बारे में भी मैं चर्चा कर रहा हूं, जिसका अधिकार है कि उसे मूलभूत सुविधाएं मिलें. उसका अधिकार है कि सरकार
1 minute. See the what happens is what happens is
I hear him now. I need to respond.
One minute before you respond, I want to make a point. Before you respond, don't get anxious. You spoke before him. See, I'll tell you one thing. See. 1 minute. Anmol, I'm making a point.
30 seconds.
Anmol, I'm making a point. No. 10 seconds. Please listen to me. See, Anmol. Just bear with me. You can have any debate on economy. By the way, the per capita income in 2000, for example, right? Congress party period, right, was 10,000 rupees per year. So you did pathetically when Congress party was in power, per capita income. And when the BJP government took over, we were the 11th largest economy. Today we are 4th, going to be 5th. I don't want to debate that. I'm saying on central issues.
Yeah, you talk.
And I'm really
No,
addressing
2 minutes.
1 minute, Sanju, on central issues. Maoism, Tukde gang, anti-nationals, right? This urban Naxals. Why can't we be together on that? Why do you have to fight over it?
We are together.
You're no longer being funded by Ford Foundation, are you?
30 seconds.
Or is Ford Foundation still funding you?
I need to make a quick point.
Arnab ji,
Is Ford Foundation still funding you?
30 seconds. No, Ford Foundation never funded us. ये तो आप झूठ जो फैलाते रहते हैं ना, उसका कुछ हो नहीं सकता खैर.
Asking a question, what is
You
झूठ?
knows every lie which you spread on your
Man
debate.
cannot have a free run.
Can I respond, Arnab ji, now?
Needs to make
30
its
seconds.
points too. He
30
can't keep
seconds.
on and
You
on
talked
and on
about sleeper
mollycoddling
cells.
it.
आपने कहा can I respond, Arnab ji, uninterrupted? 30 seconds.
I heard you.
जवाब
You
तो
have
दो
to
ना आपकी बात
also
का.
wait for a rebuttal. You listed out ये नहीं हुआ, वो नहीं हुआ, ऐसा नहीं हुआ,
Sanju ji,
वैसा
I
नहीं
just
हुआ.
need
Tell
30.
me one thing.
नहीं,
Today we
30
are the
सेकंड में
world's
बोल.
second largest steel producer.
30 सेकंड की मॉल.
We are the world's third largest energy producer. We are the world's fourth largest car manufacturer. Today, in a month, 1.3 crore mobile phones are sold in India. Today, in every single month, more than 12 lakh motorcycles are sold. Today, every single month, more than 5 lakh scooters.
No, that is all statistics, Sanju, that is all statistics. Come to the core issue. Let me get Deepak in on this core issue. No, those are all statistics. Core issue is after Operation Sindoor, core issue is, and I'm going to say, Deepak now, after Operation Sindoor, we should all wake up. And for a period of 2 to 3 years, we should not do politics on issues of internal and national security. Am I asking for too much, Deepak? That's all I'm asking for. Am I asking for too much, viewers? Deepak?
Arnab, let me come in here. Let me make one thing very clear. The difference between a nationalist and some of these guys. I would like to quote Chandrababu Naidu ji and Lokesh ji. They have clearly come on air and said that the interest of the nation comes first, only after that politics, party or state. Now this is a kind of a statement what political parties in India need to make. And a statement has been clearly given that we stand by our Prime Minister and we totally back him. But one thing I would totally agree with you, Arnab, is that we are definitely in changing times, a very crucial period in independent India's history. We can see our dream. The dream of our founding fathers is right in front of us. The dream of developed India is right in front of us. A dream of civilization glory is right in front of us. But we have two threats. One, the two threats which are facing us directly. One is Congress and the India ecosystem and their ideology. The second is the pro-Pakistani and the jihadi elements who are within us. I would like to give one example, Arnab. During the Congress time, the top leadership of Maoists had a meeting in Andhra Pradesh in the Nalamala forest. And a senior IPS officer, a good friend of mine, he was deputed there to corner them and eliminate the entire top leadership. Just before they went for a kill, they got a call from the Congress, which was in Delhi, asking them to abort. And this is not a statement which is casually given, but this is what has happened. And another thing I would like to point out now is, let's look at China in this angle. We have certain internal issues. China spends more money today on internal security and surveillance than their defense budget. So I think we need to take a leaf from them. And we have to be absolutely swift, decisive, and stringent in our action on these elements which are a threat to us. And the action should be so swift and so strong that shivers should run down their spines to do any damage to Mother India. These are my opening comments. I would like to put a few questions forward on the treachery of Congress in the next round.
100%. My point is, when we speak about anti-national, some people start jumping. How can you call people anti-national? Now, Abid, Anirban, what do you want me to call anti-national people? Anti-nationals, I'll call anti-national, no?
Can I?
If you are against my country's interest, if you are an anti-national. Yes, Rajshekaran?
No right to give certificates to patriotic Indians of this country. Because we don't support Narendra Modi and Amit Shah, Arnab Goswami cannot call
Can I please come in, Arnab?
anti-national. This is ridiculous.
What do you want me to call anti-nationals?
My India, my patriotism cannot be certified by Arnab Goswami and the people in the panel. Who are you? It's my India and my country. And you should understand, just because we speak for the people, 140 crore people are with us. Please understand, because I'm on Republic TV, I don't take sides with BJP.
And your partner says it's a Sanghi program. He condemns it. What do I call it?
Have a test, open challenge.
I am asking you.
Okay, one minute. There is no need to get there is no need to get excited.
And then the Communist Party, your friend, said that this is Sanghi program. This should not have been allowed. That is your thinking.
And we are also competent.
So is that right? What should that be called? No, don't shout, no. I am asking a question. What is the shouting?
By being a patriotic Indian, I am more patriotic than Arnab Goswami. Who want you guys to give me certificate?
That's why I ask you, no.
No, I would be very happy. Why can't you say I'm more nationalist than Arnab Goswami? Say that, no? 1 minute. Ratan Sharda, 1 minute. Ratan Sharda, say I'm more nationalist than Arnab Goswami. Say, I'll be very happy.
They will be below the rank of me when it comes to nationalism, when it comes to patriotism, when it comes to my country, India. India is my country. I am born for several. Sanju Verma cannot decide my birthright. Who is she? She can go on a monologue because she is benefited from BJP. I don't get. I am a citizen of the country. I speak for the country.
Who the hell are you? You don't have the guts to speak against your DMK boss
without any.
Who wants a separate Dravida Nadu. You don't have the guts to speak against people who say, hum sharminda hai, tere qatil zinda hai. You don't have the guts to speak against Rahul Gandhi, who's doubting the credibility of our armed forces. You don't have the guts to speak against A. Raja, who threatened a separate Dravida Nadu. And you're sitting here and giving lectures to the BJP. You are an anti-national. You are an anti-national. Get that loud and clear. Are you happy when India becomes the world's fourth largest economy? No. Are you happy with Operation Sindoor? No. Are you happy with Operation Black Forest? No. Are you happy with Operation Keller? No.
I will say, I am nobody. 1 minute. Rajshekaran, 1 minute. Let's get Abid and just 1 minute. I'll get Abid and Deepak in. Don't claim patriotism. I will be very happy. I will be very happy to call Abid Mir Magami of the Congress Party a nationalist if he supports the hanging of Afzal Guru right now.
किसकी सरकार में इनको फांसी दी थी?
नहीं, I'm asking you support it or not?
कौन सी सरकार कौन सी?
सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने दी भाई, आपको गलतफहमी है, आप मुझे
नहीं कांग्रेस ने
Say I think the hanging of Afzal Guru was a good thing. आप बोलिए ना, अच्छी बात
कांग्रेस
आप बोलिए ना, मैं इस रील को वायरल कर दूंगा. आप बोलिए कि मुझे लगता है कि अफजल गुरु को फांसी देके सबसे अच्छी बात हुई. आप ये बोलिए.
बहुत अच्छी बात हुई, बहुत अच्छी बात. आप तो कहते हैं जितने भी टेररिस्ट हैं सबको
जितने नहीं, मैं अफजल गुरु की बात कर रहा हूँ.
सबको दे दो, सबको.
मैं अफजल गुरु,
मैं तो कहता हूँ सबको. अफजल गुरु तो वो तो उनको तो दे दी गई. वो फिर से जिंदा हो गए फिर दोबारा.
नहीं वो बात नहीं. आप बोलिए यू सपोर्ट, जस्ट से आई सपोर्ट द हैंगिंग ऑफ अफजल गुरु.
मैं तो कहता हूँ जो पहलगाम में 4 आतंकवादी.
आप बोलिए सी ही वोंट से. दीपक, यू सॉ दैट दिस इज द प्रॉब्लम. इसमें दिस इज वेयर दे गेट स्टक.
Arnab, one question I need to ask here.
Yeah, please ask.
When a terrorist dies in Kashmir, why do such a large crowd go for his funeral? And today, with Pakistan, several states have a border. Why did the Pahalgam incident happen only in Kashmir? So here the problem, it's not just blaming a Muslim community, but we have to understand they are 5 or 10% who are selling our nation. And I feel today it is the responsibility of the Muslim community and the people living in Kashmir to identify who these criminals are, because they are living among themselves. So the responsibility today lies not just on the security forces, it lies on the people of Kashmir and the people and those people, because end of the day,
आपने बहुत अच्छी बात की.
Let me tell you.
बहुत अच्छी बात की.
Let me tell you that incident happened only in Kashmir. It didn't happen in the other 3 states. Why is that?
मैं agree करता हूँ.
There's a lot of people
मुझे
who are questioning
एक
today.
सवाल का आप जवाब दीजिए. एक सवाल.
I don't know why after
How many people?
1 minute. Abid.
मैं इनकी बात से मैं agree.
Abid.
एक सवाल मैं इनसे करना चाहता हूँ. एक सवाल मैं इनसे करना चाहता हूँ. एक सवाल मैं इनसे करना चाहता हूँ. मैं इनकी बात से सहमत हूँ. मैं agree करता हूँ. मगर एक सवाल का जवाब ये दे दे बस.
Can you answer that?
मुझे
दीपक,
can you answer that?
नहीं दीपक जी आप सुनिए. एक सवाल मैं आपकी बात से एग्री हूँ. बिल्कुल आपने जो कहा हम बिल्कुल आपकी बात से
The mindset is the problem here. The mindset is the problem here.
मैं वो तो वही कह रहा हूँ. मैं तो आपकी बात से सहमत हूँ. मैं बस एक सवाल आपसे करना चाहता हूँ. आप मुझे बताइए जब पहलगाम इंसिडेंट हुआ 7 दिन पूरा कश्मीर रोड पे था. आप कितने दिन थे?
By either one thing, let me be very respectful. I am not blaming the 90%. I am blaming the 10%. So today, the challenge is, how do you identify this 10% who is backstabbing India? How do you identify? People living outside cannot, or the security forces cannot. It is primarily the responsibility of you people living in Kashmir.
No, I now
who these criminals who are living within
just fundamentally. Let me put another question. 1 minute. Now let me get Anirban and Sanju. Anirban first and then Sanju. Anirban, since I believe that we should be with Bharat, my question to you, Anirban, is just make one simple statement that Trinamool Congress should officially say we do not want the vote of a single Bangladeshi infiltrator. If you're from Bangladesh, you should get out. We don't want your vote. You just make the statement, I will make the video go viral. I repeat the question. Anirban, will you say that Trinamool Congress should refuse the vote of a single Bangladeshi infiltrator and not make an excuse, how did they come into India? Because they've come in India, we'll take their votes. You should say, I'll make this video go viral, that we do not want the vote of a single Bangladeshi infiltrator. In fact, we believe all Bangladeshi infiltrators should be picked up and thrown out of India. Just say this. If you're not anti-national, if you are not anti-national, I give you a chance to prove that you're not anti-national. Say that.
What? If the BJP or some of their supporters call me anti-national, I will actually be proud.
Answer the question.
I'll present a fun fact to you. You know Netaji Subhash Chandra Bosu. No, you take a fun fact from me. Take a fun fact from me. This is a historical fact.
I'm not here for fun fact. I'm asking you whether you're willing to go on record and say you do not want the vote of a single Bangladeshi infiltrator and that Bangladeshi infiltrators should be picked up and thrown out of the country. Why don't you say that? Just I'll move on with any subject. I just want to hear you say that once, please. This is going to be a viral moment. Sanju, just wait, please. Please say it.
Let me tell.
Please say it. Please don't hesitate. Don't hesitate.
Netaji Subhash
Don't hesitate. Don't hesitate. Just say it. Just say it. No problem. Just say it. Just say it. I want to hear you 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 say it.
Yeah.
Please say that you're against Bangladeshi infiltrators. They should be picked up. Trinamool should not take their votes. They should be picked up and thrown out. Just say it. Please say it. Please say it. Please say it. I want you to say it. See, people are commenting already that you're avoiding the question. Sanju, wait. Let me corner him. No, you say it. Please say it. Please say it.
Are you against Netaji Subhash? Are you against Netaji Subhash or not?
I am asking you whether you want the votes of Bangladeshi infiltrators. Please say it.
Okay. Now let me complete my sentence.
Say we don't want the votes of Bangladeshi infiltrators. This man will not make a point against Bangladeshi infiltrators. You want the votes of Bangladeshi infiltrators, and you want me to believe you're not anti-national. You are an anti-national if you want Bangladeshi votes.
Fine.
You want Bangladeshi votes?
I don't care about what BJP says.
No. Do you want Bangladeshi votes?
Bosu was called an anti-national.
Do you want Bangladeshi votes? Do you want Bangladeshi votes?
No, take this from me.
Do you want Bangladeshi votes?
Subhash Chandra Bosu was called an anti-national.
Do you want Bangladeshi votes?
Can you digest that?
One minute, you are comparing Mamata Banerjee to Subhash Chandra Bose. This will also go viral. You are comparing Mamata Banerjee to Subhash Chandra Bose. Now please don't insult Subhash Chandra Bose by saying that. Oh my God. This will also go viral.
Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose are anti-national. Make this viral, please.
This is terrible.
Go ahead and make this viral.
No, you please tell me whether you want
Bangladesh.
Bangladesh.
Mukherjee called Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose an anti-national.
So viewers, if you understand here, if you look at the sum total, he wants Bangladeshi votes, which is why he's not going to commit. And when I call people who want Bangladeshi votes anti-national, he's going to object. Sanju's Sanju.
May I please? I heard him now for a long time. Arnab, did you hear Mamata Banerjee's statement? She said, Operation Sindoor naam pe dite chilam, politics catch karta jonno. She's saying Operation Sindoor was named as such because Prime Minister Modi wanted to politicize with an eye on votes. I just want to ask
real
Mamata
anti-nationals
Banerjee,
are the RSS and the BJP.
did she condemn the Murshidabad violence
Sanju Verma
where Hindus were the victims? The answer is no. Did Mamata Banerjee condemn the Malda violence where Hindus were the victims? The answer is no. Did Mamata Banerjee condemn the Asansol violence of 2018? The answer is no. Where Hindus were again the victims? Did Mamata Banerjee condemn the Sandesh Khani gang rape? She was mollycoddling Shah Jahan Sheikh of Bangladeshi Ghuspatia. Mamata Banerjee's primary vote bank are Rohingyas and Bangladeshi Ghuspatias. I want to ask Mamata Banerjee, you don't want the BSF to have expansive jurisdiction. Why? आपको BSF से क्या दिक्कत है? आपको CRPF से क्या दिक्कत है? आपको armed forces से क्या दिक्कत है? And this is the same Mamata Banerjee. You know, she was snoozing at the wheel during the Jagatpur violence.
Anyway,
Swami, Republic Bangladesh journalists have been arrested for no rhyme or reason for simply doing their job. This is who Mamata Banerjee is.
Okay,
she's a fascist.
Anmol, here's a...
Ethics are on sale for
I think Mahua Maitra discussing is beneath the program. Anmol and Ratan.
Questions for Anmol.
Yeah, ask questions to Anmol. Ratan Sharda to Anmol.
Why is Kejriwal so silent all through the Operation Sindoor? What is the reason? Secondly, in Punjab, is it a fact that aap a soft corner for Khalistanis? That is the reason increasing cases of violence, increasing case of bombs being thrown in the police station, increasing case of loot and robbery, etc. Why is aap not able to take an action? Soft corner for Khalistanis? And why Kejriwal is not speaking about Operation Sindoor? Where he's gone? He has gone some underground place. What is the reason? And you talked about the all kind of costs you talked about, economic and all that. So from fragile 5 to top 4 economies, that's not a growth. The growth rate of India higher than any country in the world is not that achievement. Unless there is
let him respond. Let him respond to you. Let him respond. Anmol, the moot point. Why is Arvind Kejriwal remained so silent on Operation Sindoor? Why has he been almost, undercover? Why is he not spoken on the Bangladeshi infiltrators being picked up? So many are being caught in Delhi. I hope you don't want them as a vote bank. Or are you also doing the vote bank politics?
They said that we have been given ration by our government.
Let him reply. Yeah.
Arnab please give me, I have been requesting you to give me uninterrupted time. I'll respond to all your questions. First of all, you said about sleeper cells. First of all, you said about sleeper cells. Arnab ji, ये interrupt कर रहे हैं बीच में, ये बहुत गलत बात है. ये डरे हुए हैं, मैं जवाब दे रहा हूँ, ये सुनना नहीं चाह रहे. You talked about sleeper cells. चलो, अगर मुझे बोलने देना हो तो बता देना. अगर मुझे बोलने देना हो तो बता देना.
बोलिए.
नहीं, ये जो tactics है ना, ये उन्हें आप क्यों उन्हें शांत नहीं कर रहे? देखिए, you talked about sleeper cells and overground workers.
Yeah.
We saw that during that Pahalgam incident, the main agenda of those terrorists was to create a religious divide between India and Pakistan. अरे शांत सुनिए पहले, आप में हिम्मत हो सुनने की तो सुनिए. And we saw that how, Arnab ji, क्या आप अर्नब जी आप बोलने देंगे या नहीं, या मैं बताइए क्या
तो
किया जाए?
कुछ नहीं कह रहा हूं,
आपने बीजेपी के समय तो नहीं टोका?
नहीं,
आप उन्हें तो शांत कर सकते।
रतन शाह, let him complete.
फिर हम भी नहीं बोलने देंगे।
रतन शाह, let him complete.
He doesn't respond to the question. That is my problem.
It's all right. Ratan Shah, let him make his point.
He will give all the answers.
The problem is that the terrorists wanted to create a religious divide within our country, और कुछ मेन स्ट्रीम मीडिया के गद्दार हैं जो हिंदू मुस्लिम एजेंडा को प्रमोट कर रहे थे। आप तो समझदार हैं अर्नब जी, समझ तो आप गए होंगे मैं किसे कह रहा हूं। दूसरी बात, they were fueling the agenda of those terrorists. Secondly, you talked about Bangladeshi infiltrators. Arnab ji, I suggest you to hire a research team so that they can inform you that it was the Honorable Supreme Court which passed an order in 2020 stating that central government must show the doors to those infiltrators. उन्हें बाहर का रास्ता दिखाया जाए. In 2013, West Bengal rally, it was Prime Minister Narendra Modi who said कि 6 महीने में अपने बक्से बांध लो, आपको बाहर का रास्ता दिखाया जाएगा. तो हमने तो रोका नहीं मोदी जी को, हमने तो कहा नहीं कि नहीं दिखाओ, बाहर निकालो उन्हें। 12 साल हो गए, 12 साल से सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने कह दिया, आपके राज्यसभा में मंत्री सांसद ने कह दिया,
बहुत समय
मोदी जी ने कह दिया,
मुझे
उन पे तो कोई कार्रवाई नहीं की। दूसरी बात, we have been very unequivocal in saying that we were standing strong with the central government, with the Indian army, but it was the central government which backed off on 10th of May. अरविंद केजरीवाल ने स्पष्ट शब्दों में कहा था, ठहरे हैं, इन्होंने सुना नहीं या ये देख नहीं पाए, तो ये
I'll give you 5 seconds, Deepak.
देख नहीं पाए।
5 seconds to Deepak.
15 seconds, and after that I rest
5
my
seconds
case.
to Deepak, then 5 to Sanju. Yeah.
Then why aren't we calling Vijay Shah?
One second. Let me just put these
Louder
questions
for
up.
don't bring it
It's
down.
all your time.
जिन्होंने कहा
Arnab, can I come in, please?
का भाव नहीं था।
Arnab, can I just come in here?
No,
15
louder
seconds.
for Anmol.
Just 5 questions.
Louder for Anmol.
तक है, उनके बारे में
What are you doing?
कहते? Why aren't we calling the BJP-led central government, which is
Arnab, I'd like to ask 5 questions.
China?
And I challenge anybody from the indie ecosystem to answer this.
I'll give you 5 seconds. You can't ask 5 questions in that. Make it quick.
Yeah. The first thing is, Arnab, why did Congress allow Pakistan to bleed India for so long? Why Congress questions our army?
Why did you remove Anmol, yeah?
Bharat Tera Tukda
What are you doing?
Tukda Hoga gang.
Anmol is
Why
speaking.
Congress did not give bulletproof jackets to our army? Why Congress opposes laws regarding illegal infiltrators?
Okay, thank you.
Why Congress labels CAA as anti-Muslim?
Anmol.
Why Congress doesn't?
For some reason, Anmol is answering for the Congress. Anmol.
Although they have
ये कैसा nationalism है?
And on
ये कैसी देशभक्ति है?
any of these questions?
आम आदमी पार्टी alone. I don't know why you're monitoring him.
Anmol and Sanju.
में चाइना को बुला रहे हैं, उन्हें कह रहे हैं कि वो व्यापार करें जिस चाइना ने पाकिस्तान की मदद की, हमारे सैनिकों के खिलाफ खड़े हुए, ऐसे चाइना को व्यवसाय
केजरीवाल आउट ऑन बेल, संजय सिंह आउट ऑन बेल।
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, that's all the time I have tonight. That's all the time I have tonight. There are only 2 sides tonight. You're with Bharat or against Bharat. You're with the country. If you're not with the country, you're an anti-national. Is that the right way to put it? Tell me what you think, ladies and gentlemen. And I'll see you after the weekend. Good night and goodbye.
Time for a quick breather. Arnab will be right back with the debate.
Powered by Century Ply Club Prime. Raho befikar.
Amity has been ranked India's #1 not-for-profit private university for 11th year, with top 10 ranked institutions in management, engineering, biotech, law, masscom, telecom, hospitality, fashion and more. Yet another top ranking for Amity University.
पैसा लगाना है तो सेंचुरी प्लाई क्लब प्राइम पे लगाओ, डूबेगा नहीं, जलेगा भी नहीं, कोई खा नहीं जाएगा, धोखा नहीं देगा, ऊपर नीचे भी नहीं होगा, सेफ रहेगा, सिक्योर्ड, मिनिमम 30 साल का रिटर्न देगा। अब इससे बेटर इन्वेस्टमेंट है तो बताओ। सेंचुरी प्लाई क्लब प्राइम, रहो बेफिक्र।